Well, I thought I'd do a little walkthrough of my motorized meat grinder. I have this. This is a Rite 2, I think it's called. I think it's a number 32. It's a bigger meat grinder that I bought years ago, and I've ground up a few deer with it, and it works pretty well. There's the handle. See, the handle slips right on there, and I wanted to keep the integrity of this handle just in case I wanted to use it as a manual meat grinder again. And it's got kind of a special, you can see this, well, maybe you can't see it, but this end, it's got two flat spots on it, and it's kind of tapered. So what I ended up doing was I drilled initially I tried using just a 1/4 inch bolt, and I ended up stripping out the threads. But anyway, so I went a little bit bigger. This is a 5/16 bolt, and this metal seems to be pretty soft for one thing. And anyway, yeah, it was kind of a nightmare trying to center this the best I could, and get this bolt in there. And then for the pulley side of it, this is just a chunk of 1-inch round bar. There again, I had to drill that out and tap it. And of course, my pulley that I got, this is a 12-inch pulley right from the store. I wish I would have realized it when I was there, but this pulley is bent. But it's the only one they had and the only one I could find in the area, so I figured, well, I'll just use it. It doesn't matter to me if it wobbles a little bit. So yeah, that was the toughest part of this whole project, was getting that drilled out and tapped, and that guy as well. So moving over here, these are just 5/8 inch pillow blocks. Got 2 of them, of course, and 5/8 inch chunk of round bar. This is a 3-inch pulley. There again, 5/8 inch diameter. This is a 3-inch. This guy is a 9-inch, and then that bigger one, as I mentioned, is a 12-inch. So what I'm doing is I'm going, this motor, this guy is a 1-horse Leeson motor. I was trying to find a motor made in the US, but I really couldn't find one. But this guy's a 1-horse. The RPMs are 1725. It's kind of a nice deal because you can either run it with 220 volts or 110, and you can reverse it if you wanted, reverse the rotation of the shaft if you wanted to. So it goes 1725. So because this is a 3-inch pulley and a 9-inch, you'd take a third of the 1725. That's what this shaft rotates at. There again, because this is a 3-inch and that's a 12-inch, that'd be a quarter of the speed is what you end up with here at the grinder. I think it comes out to be about 145 RPMs roughly, which is a little bit fast, but it seemed to work pretty good. I've only ground about 15 pounds of meat through here so far. The other thing I got is a switch. I just took a regular light switch and wired it in there just so I can, turn the thing off quickly if I need to. By rights, I really should have a guard on this guy. But yeah, I'll put this guy together, and we'll run it so you can see how it. And this belt was just an old belt that I took off of my sawmill. I had that guy laying around. You can see that the belt is real loose here too. I kind of purposely did that. I figured in case I run into a bigger chunk of frozen meat, at least maybe it'll slip either, you know, here at the pulley. But really what happens is I didn't grind any flat spots on this shaft, you know, to put the set screw from these pulleys onto. So I think these guys slip a little bit, you know, when I get into a bigger chunk of meat. So yeah, I'd rather have, you know, this stuff slip as opposed to breaking that bolt, which, you know, if it, for one thing, if the threads strip in there, if the bolt breaks, it's going to be kind of a pain to get that replaced. And the base of this thing is just a piece of 3/4 inch aux board that I had laying around. It's about 16 inches wide by about 37.5 inches long. This base to raise up the grinder just so that I could fit the pulley in there. That this is about 3.5 inches high. I added these. This is just a 2x2 through the whole length on each side, just to add a little bit of rigidity. It's surprising how much this aux board flexes when you're grinding and you hit a frozen piece of meat. So I figured I'd add that 2x2 in there. These are just 2x6s. This is just pine, just to get all of this high enough so that the pulleys could clear the, you know, the base. And what else? Oh, this is just 3/8 inch threaded rod. Just goes all. I drilled a hole, of course, through the 2x and through the 3/4 inch aux board. Put the threaded rod through. I wanted to keep the same size threaded rod over here, but unfortunately the holes that were in the grinder were a little too small, so I ended up using 1/4 inch threaded rod. Same idea here, drilled through there and through the 3/4 inch aux board, and then there's just bolts and washers on the, or I mean nuts and washers on the underside. Okay, I'll fire it up. You'll notice that the pulley wobbles quite a bit. Like I said, that was partly because the pulley itself is bent, but then, you know, getting the drilling this shaft out, I'm sure I didn't get it perfect, and especially drilling this guy out, I'm sure that's probably off a little bit. But anyway, I'll fire it up and then I'll show you the auger moving along. Here we go.